Wag na muna. Wag na muna. Wag na muna. Risked na muna natin, ha? Wag na muna. Nako, wag na muna. Wag na muna, ha? Don't have rhinoplasty if... Hey! What's up, guys? Tagal ko din nakagawa. Peace, love you. Doc Reggie here, your most approachable aesthetic surgeon na nagbibigay sa inyo ng kaalaman, katotohanan, at minsan, katuwaan lang. Welcome to Doc Guides. In this channel, I give tips, advices on skincare, aesthetic procedures, at iba pang pampaganda, as well as health and prevention, and content just like this one. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. At sana marami kayong matutunan. Alright, another important content na naman tayo. And I hope you'll be able to learn more things from this. Harsh ba yung title? Yup, this will be a harsh video. Pero wag kayo ma-offend. I am just speaking the truth and reality. Sabi ko naman sa inyo palagi, di ba? I don't want to sweet talk you guys. Mas maganda na alam nyo yung pinapagawa nyo and the truth will always prevail. The truth will set you free! Ginagawa mo! Uy, ano ba yun? Ako yun? Anyway, let's go. First, don't have rhinoplasty if you expect perfection every time. Perfection. Siyempre, goal naming mga doctors nyo is for you to have the best result as possible. Pero siyempre, no such thing as really perfect. There may be a little uneven here and there, nostrils hindi pareho, some little scars, which nawawala naman talaga in a few months to years. That is among others. Marami pa. I-explain namin yan. A perfect shape, yan yung nagmumukhang plastic talaga. Yung nakikita nyo mga mannequin. A little inaccuracy is actually what makes us look human. What makes it look natural. Okay? This next one is connected to the previous one. Don't have rhinoplasty if you have an uneven shape and expect the doctor to magically make it perfect. It's what we call asymmetry. Pwede sa bridge, kadalasan sa alars, sa nostrils, minsan kahit sa mata, sa lips, sa cheeks, may asymmetry. I can't say for the other surgeons, pero it will be very hard or more work for your surgeon. But as I said, we will do as best as we can na at least maipantay naman. Remember that rhinoplasty is an enhancement procedure. So aside from nag-enhance tayo ng bridge, ng alars, kung may tabingi, na-enhance din siya. Lalo siya mahalata. So at least, we need to try to correct it as much as possible. Next, don't have rhinoplasty if you're too ambitious. Nasabi ko na ito before. Yes, maganda na may inspiration noses tayo. Okay na may goals. And hindi naman masama mangarap. But, if you expect to get that K-pop nose, pero ilong mo better be realistic. You cannot make a bus into a Ferrari. Yun lang naman. Sana get nyo. Bus into a coaster. Pwede pa siguro. Nice. Don't have rhinoplasty if exact lang ang budget. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Kailangan may extra kayo. For those times na knock on wood, complications, rejections, infection, or just plain nahihirapan kayo maglinis and you may need bumiyahe sa akin para magpalinis. Don't worry. Yung first time magpalinis, no charge sa akin. Tuturuan ko kayo mabuti kung paano. Pero, if may mga next time pa, may charge na, okay? Choice nyo yan. Mas sure syempre if kami ang naglilinis. You just pay for the materials. Pero, kaya nyo yan! Don't have rhinoplasty if may malapit ka na event, or if within a month, aalis ka na at may biyahe. Lalo na yung mga galing abroad or ibang province. Well, it would be preferred na you have adequate time to heal and to be sure na wala ka complications within the first 3 months or at least sa first 6 weeks. Yun ang pinakamaiksing mabibigay ko. Para may time ka pa, knock on wood, na makorek or revise if ever magkaroon nga ng complication. Now, the next one is connected sa previous one ulit. Don't have rhinoplasty if you're not ready for possible complications. Ito na yun, paulit-ulit ako. Siyempre, we will do everything to prevent yan. Mula preparing, before, and having lab tests done. Siyempre, during the procedure, kaya ayoko nang nagmamadali. Chill and relax lang tayo during the procedure. And paulit-ulit ako sa pag-remind. Aftercare. Number 1, wound care. Siyempre, next na yung pag-inom ng mga antibiotics mo. At siyempre, kasali na dun yung until follow-up and a few weeks more. Don't worry about these. Kasi magkaroon man, may protocol naman na sinusundan how to manage. By the way, napansin ko pala, so many of you are watching the vids. Pero, first, di kayo nagsusubscribe. Click the subscribe at notification bell. Kita nyo, may promo last month na aming di alam. Sayang, di ba? Sa next milestone, may giveaway nose lift tayo. And the other thing, watch nyo yung video until the end. Doon nyo malalaman kung paano ako makokontak. At minsan, may bonus tips pa ako doon. So, watch the whole vid. Alright? Peace! Love you! Okay, balik tayo. Don't have rhinoplasty if you currently have a general condition like diabetes, asthma, hypertension na uncontrolled. Okay? Make sure to have regular follow-ups with your attending physician. Controlled ang mga condition nyo and have a cardiopulmonary clearance before we proceed. And syempre, wag na muna if pregnant and breastfeeding pa. Focus muna kay baby. As I said before sa other video ko, you have to be at your optimal condition as pwede before having these kinds of procedures. Okay, common question. Doc, allergic rhinitis. Okay lang yan, kaya yan. Meron lang tayong extra medication before, during, and a few weeks after. Ganun lang yon. Pero, huwag kayo masyado matakot. Mamamanage yan. It's controllable. Don't have rhinoplasty if recently you had a previous rhinoplasty within 6 months or preferably 1 year. Full healing of rhinoplasty is considered after 1 year. Na-explain ko na yan sa video ng healing in rhinoplasty. So, pagbigyan mo muna ang healing mo before you decide on revision. Marami dyan. Hindi nagugustuhan ng result pero 3 months pa lang pala or even 1 month. Try to hold out. Magde-develop pa ang shape ng nose nyo. Unfortunately, karamihan sa atin ay matagal mawala ang swelling. Konting-konti lang talaga yung right after ang ganda na ng shape or yung hindi nagsiswell. Don't have rhinoplasty if you still have prior activities or engagements. Kasama na dyan yung special events or kung may work ka na strict or if you have an active lifestyle like continuous gym programs or nasa mountaineering club or diving activities, or even pag merong program ka na nagtitake ka ng gamot. Better to do all those na muna, tapusin nyo, i-consume nyo muna yung membership nyo, and schedule your procedure if you're kinda sure na maluwag at wala na kayo gagawin after. You need ample time for resting, for careful aftercare, and healing. Although honestly, ang iba kong patient, mga riders pa ng motorcycle club, okay naman sila. Pero nasa sa inyo yan. I don't advise, pero some don't have problems naman. Okay? Don't have rhinoplasty if you are impatient. If hindi ka pa ready mag-antay, or you're not ready to accept the undesirable swelling immediately after, as I said, sobrang konti lang ng patients na immediately after, ang ganda na ng shape. Most of the time, pagkatapos ng procedure, sobrang namamaga ang itsura ninyo. At mamamaga palalo sa mga next few days up to ilang months. Sinabi ko yan dito, so be prepared. When you open your eyes and look in the mirror, mas malaki pa ang ilong nyo as expected. Ilang linggo lang yan. Maniwala kasi kayo sa surgeon nyo. Mashi-shape din yan ng mabuti. Be patient, okay? Don't have rhinoplasty if you are sensitive. In short, maarte sa nararamdaman. If you're the type na konting numbness lang dyan, konting discomfort lang dito, o dito, and hirap kang maniwala sa doktor mo, wag na muna magpa-rhinoplasty. Remember that it's a surgical procedure in one of the most sensitive parts of the face aside from the tongue. And since surgical procedure siya, there will be fibrosis, contracture ng wound sa loob, and there will be tightening na feeling. Most of the time, for life na yan. Swerte ang iba, walang ganyan. Pero most, kasali na ako doon. Hindi man ilong, pero chin. May mga times na humihigpit siya. Nag-a-adapt kasi yung structures. Sometimes may feeling ng paghihigpit, not really pain, but discomfort. So, before you have the procedure, be ready for this. Last na muna. Don't have rhinoplasty if you're too pressuring to your surgeon. And if you have high expectation. Nasabi ko na yata. Alam niyong paulit-ulit kasi important. Anyway, be realistic. Diyan nagsisimula ang problem. Just agree on one thing, meeting halfway, understand everything, prepare for the worst, but the goal is the best. If hindi pa kayo prepared sa ganito, then you're still not ready yet. Learn more hanggang sa satisfied ka na and ready ka na. Yung nervousness, anxiety, hindi mo na maaalis talaga yan. Kasama yan. It's a roller coaster ride. Before, sobrang nakaka-nervyos. During, parang di mo na alam kung ano nangyayari. Pero after, the reward is worth it. Oh, yun lang muna. I'll release another content for more. Marami pa yung reasons. Pero sa susunod na. Post nyo sa comments ha. Real talk ito. Just looking out for you guys. Na dapat prepared kayo and informed. And have realistic expectations. Sana may natutunan kayo ulit. And sana naliwanagan din kayo. If you want to inquire about my rates, go to the FB page and look for the services tab. Chat kayo doon if you have other questions. Nga pala, again, make sure you're only transacting with my clinic. Ingat sa mga fake at scammer names, ha? Nakapost sa clinic pages ang mga contact details, pero ito na. Para sure kayo na kami ang kausap nyo. I do official video calling pag confirmation na ng procedure and schedule. Para alam nyo, ako kausap nyo in the end. The links of the clinic pages are in the video description. Ulitin ko, yung links ng clinic pages nasa video description. Click nyo yung small triangle para ma-reveal or yung show more. Nandito. Rhinoplasty series, watch nyo muna. Baka nasagot ko na yung mga tanong nyo. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe na. Pati bell icon. More videos to come kasi. Para una nyo malalaman if may bago. I'm really sorry again. Natagalan bago mag-release. Like and share ha. See you sa next one. Bye!